Whew. Hello everyone. This is Derrick. Finally have my thought to ponder for September. I'm usually not this well dressed, as you can see. Well, I'm not usually dressed in any of my videos, whether a thought to ponder or not, or even an afterthought. But I just recently came from a funeral, and it was a very close church member of mine. Her name was Roma Vickers, and she, as well as of the other people that I gave a loving memory to, so it was Neil Armstrong. Obviously, we all know, astronaut, and Jerry Nelson, a Muppeteer from Sesame Street, who was the voice of the Count, and Elizabeth Quesada, or Liz Quesada, as she's referred to, who was a fellow YouTuber and had a YouTube channel called Beauty Decade, which she did various examples of makeovers, and she was very good from what I've seen. She, as well as Ms. Vickers, were two of the four people I gave homage to. A fifth person I should add, Michael Clark Duncan. He recently passed away between my last afterthought and this new thought to ponder. The reason why I mention all these names, these five names, is because they were all, whether directly or indirectly, they were an inspiration. And people who inspire you make you want to do better. And Michael Clark Duncan was indirectly an inspiration. I mean, he was just a ditch digger, and he went from being a ditch digger to a bodyguard, for rappers like, Biggie, and other hip-hop celebrities, to an actor. And not just any actor, an Oscar-winning actor. So that's something. That's incredible. That's a huge step. I mean, you went from ditch digger to bodyguard to Academy Award-winning actor / movie star. So, Mr. Clark Duncan, I wish I had the privilege to have met you. But you are definitely an inspiration, and I won't forget it. I won't forget you. And goodness, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's been going on this summer. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe 15 years ago that Princess Diana passed away. Thinking about the London Olympics. Sorry, from 2 months ago. Well, last month. Just been a lot of things been going on. And also Neil Armstrong, whether you believe that he landed on the moon or not, it takes a lot of courage to be an astronaut, to do the things that they do. And I just hope I'll be able to have that type of courage. Jerry Nelson, he was a Muppeteer. He used to work with Muppets on Sesame Street with the late Jim Henson. He used to do a lot of other Muppets voices. He's done several. He used to be the voice of Harry, as well as Herbert's Bird's Foot. I mean, not too many people don't know about him. He's not that famous of a Muppet compared to Big Bird and all the ones, but he did that voice. He was really popular during the 70s, and then he just dropped off. but he's definitely most known as the voice of the Count. And in a way, he inspired me because he taught me how to count. He taught me how to count. And, well, as I said about Liz, I knew of Liz through her sister, her younger sister Michelle, who I used to work with at one of the local TV stations in my hometown. And we talked to each other through messages on Facebook and on emails, and I thought I was goodness, I don't even know how to say. I really regret that I didn't get a chance to say hello to her, meet her face to face. I just wish I had enough time, because she was an incredible person. Even before she succumbed to leukemia, cancer, she did makeovers. She did makeup makeovers for sick children, in hospitals. So that's very, very commendable of her. And she's definitely an inspiration, no doubt about it. I wish I would have got a chance to meet her face to face, though. But at least I was able to know her instead of just know of her. At least I was able to know her through messages and emails. Which brings me to Miss Roma Vickers. She was, my Sunday school teacher twice. Once when I was a preteen, when I was 11, 12, and again as an adult. She taught the adult class. And it's kind of different. I guess in a way, she's probably the only person out of the 5 that I've actually known, talked to face to face, and which I really she was an inspiration, no doubt. Especially when we talked about her at her funeral today. They said that she was shy, which is kind of hard to believe. But maybe in a way, I'm very, very fortunate to have had her as a Sunday school teacher, not as a preteen, but also as an adult as well. I mean, she was a great educator. She worked in the Board of Education. She worked at several schools. She worked in the media center, the library, I think Weaver High School, one of the local high schools. And she was a great educator. And maybe it's inspired for me as an actor, as a voiceover artist, and as a writer. She made it known that words mean something. Whether you're doing public speaking or even doing a video like this here, you really got to know how powerful words are. That's why she will be missed. That's why all of them would be missed. Because they all inspire me one way or another. And I just want to know, if anyone's watching this video, what are your inspirations? What are your dreams, and who are the people that inspire you? Because they're the people that help build and mold and shape you as a person. And I don't want to make this too long, but This is pretty much going to be the longest thought to ponder I've done, but it is something to ponder. All of them in some ways inspire me to be better or to be smarter, to be more aware, at least on at least to a certain point. Mr. Nelson, being the voice of the Count, and Ms. Vickers, and the others, becoming better. Like, for instance, about 2 weeks ago, before before I was planning on making this video, I went to a hardware store to get some cement, some mortar replacement cement to put on my caulking gun to keep my mailbox from falling over, tipping over. And they had some products which were really good. Some were $4. I was trying to find something, not so expensive. So I went to look for a place and look for a shelf, and it seemed to be really reasonable. Just under $5, $3.75, $3.90, $4 in that range. And then I went over there. I went to buy two. I bought two, and so okay, it's going to be no more than $8. And I went to the cash register, and they said $17.95. What? $18? How do you get $18 out of 4? $18 out of 4? I mean, what's going on? What's going on? And I talked to one of the people. Yes, I definitely want to talk to someone because I think there's a price mistake. And I pointed over to the shelf, and they said, well, the reason why it's $18 is because, well, it's brand new. Well, some of the other products are brand new as well. How come they're not $18? They happen to be $3.75, $4. Well, the manager of the store said blah blah. Basically, it was just some excuse to not to put the right price on there. Whoever was in charge forgot to assign someone to put a sticker on the product. And that was one of the very few that didn't have a price on there. And where they had a price on there, they just happened to make one up. Just that's $4, that's going to be $4, and that's going to be $17.95. Wrong. I went to get the next one, which was $4, and long story short, I filled in the hole on my mailbox post, and it's still standing, thank goodness. So, point of the matter is, be inspired. Help someone become a better person, not worse. And definitely not like the crazy cottage cheese for brains manager of the unsaid hardware store that shall remain nameless. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Please. The manager, whoever that manager is, wherever he or she may be, learn some math, learn how to count, and be better. One more run. Had to put in some humor. Don't want to be too sad. That's one small step for Jerry Nelson, one giant leap from Uppendom. And now it's a full circle. Well, thank you very much for listening. I know it's been way too long. And take care. And I'll see you next month for another Thought to Ponder.